Like I said, I'm a very huge pro COD fan, and the major happened today. I didn't get to watch the major, but I heard my OpTic boys won that shit. They finally won a major. They finally won a fucking major. Yes. They're not Silver Surfers no more, Chet. They're not Silver Surfers no more. About time. Whoa. Let's not forget they won the ring last year. Let's not forget they won the ring last year. They got the chip. They got the chip. They got back-to-back chips. Let's relax. Let's see what Rap said. Mickey run? Bro, they beat the best team in the game right now. What do you mean? It's like a Mickey run. They literally beat the best team in the game right now. Like the finals this time was the two best teams in the league right now.
Alright guys, such comic again. I hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far. The last 3 times we came to Paris for Call of Duty, OpTic Gaming lifted the trophy, and at the end of a remarkable weekend here in the capital of France, it's that same organisation that has done it again. A whirlwind of a tournament, no doubt one of the greatest that we have ever seen. And OpTic come from losers,
Crazy.
can you believe it, to win their first trophy.
I'll tell you, the team that comes from losers in COD tournaments is gonna win every single time. Every single major reminder that has happened, the losing team that came to play in the finals has won. Bro, it's Paris, bro. Paris fans are crazy. Paris fans are nuts. Like, they're just nuts. Especially for gaming, they're insane. The fan base is nuts.
The season, setting ourselves up for a monstrous Champs and EWC to come. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you are new as always. We're going to start here with what happened in the grand finale of Challengers. Bush Gaming, they...
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about Challengers. Keep it a bean.
Sunday, right? Absolutely unbelievable. But FaZe win the game 1 of the series. And when FaZe won the game 1, I actually thought this series was over. I was very impressed with the way that FaZe played so far this weekend. Simp has been a little underwhelming, right? Like, given how well 04, Draz, and Abuza had played, I was kind of expecting to come along to the Sunday. Simp would show up, and then it would be over for the...
Yeah, Simp played like dog shit. I saw the entry matches for a couple of them. Simp played awful. Mind you, Simp's still a top 3, top 5 player in the game, but it's like this series he did not play good.
The competition. Not like FaZe would have easily gone on to win the tournament, but I certainly thought they could have done today. And after winning the game 1, I thought that what was going to happen. But we did have a fair bit of drama in this series because...
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Crowd cheese. Paris got crowd cheese. Okay, so yeah. So if you see, this is a Paris team, right? So they're the home team. And Ghosty knew that Draza was hopping bomb because the crowd goes, oh. They were yelling. So like it's crowd cheese. It's fucking crowd cheese. The best player in the game right now, low key, probably Scrap. This game, probably Scrap. Probably Scrap this game, probably.
Crowd cheese in that venue
it's either Scrap, Joe Deceives, or Simp. Scrap, Joe Deceives, or Simp. Probably those 3.
Unlike anything I've ever heard, right? We've seen it before. We've had Keeks calling out that he's defusing babe or whatever it was back in the day.
That was crazy.
Of course it happens with, the OpTic fans as well when they're all in the venue, but I've not heard it quite to this extent. This one...
By the way, the guy that he's talking about, Keeks, remember when I brought up before how, like, one player has, like, veneers and they start calling him piano teeth? That's who they're talking about. And that's the guy who got killed in this clip. Same person. All same person.
I don't know if it made too much difference. The moment at the start of the game 5, that really was the dagger. But to be honest, the series-defining moment to me was this overload. Because I thought for sure the way that the...
they don't really base their... Like, they're not like, for example, like Heretics. Like, you know how Heretics is like all Spaniards for all their teams? That's Heretics. Mates they're just a French-based org with a lot of fucking money. They have a lot of money. Them and Falcons have so much money. They both have so much money. So it's like, they just pick whoever. Like, Falcons is a Saudi org with only 1 Saudi player. And then the Mates in this game have no French players. It's all Americans. Their team right now, this is all Americans.
Overload had gone so far this weekend that FaZe were going to win this one. It was actually a banger conclusion to this map. They nearly got the tie-in right down the stretch, but Paris started out well enough. They did win the overload, and that put themselves in prime position to go on to close out the series.
2-2.
It goes to game 5, however. And this was the moment that everybody is talking about. I know that Gentlebaits do their tweets, you know, no one can beat Ghosty in a 1v1. But O4 hops in straight on the defuse. And at this point, this is where the crowd starts to get really loud.
Crowd cheese.
Does Ghosty, you know, Ghosty swings into the window, he preempts, and at this point, he knows that he's defusing because of the sound of the crowd. However, I will say, this is gamesmanship. This is part of play, really, in competitive Call of Duty. Now, in COD, this is especially true. Like in Counter-Strike, when you defuse the bomb, it actually makes a noise, so this becomes less relevant. But it's still a thing in CS if, like, someone's on the flank, or often you'll see players, even in Counter-Strike, they might, you know, look at an angle through the wall and just hear if the crowd makes a noise, because if there is, there's probably somebody behind that wall. So this is part of the game, and on LAN...
Yeah, crowd cheese is a thing. Crowd cheese is forever going to be a thing in every game on LAN, you know? Like, fans are going to cheer for their fans no matter what the fuck happens. It's a thing. It's always going to be a thing.
This does happen. This was very frustrating to watch, actually. I was like, oh my, we can't be serious. What are you going to do about it? You've got 18,000 fans in the venue. Pretty much all of them want Paris to win.
See? 18,000 fans. That's not... For COD, that's insane. Insane.
This is just how it's going to be. And I'd prefer that we have 18,000 fans in a venue that care about competitive Call of Duty than we have nobody that cares, and yet competitive integrity is fine. But Ghosty is free here to just slide around the corner and get this kill. There was probably like a second left on the clock. If it wasn't for the crowd, he might well have got that defuse, and this would have been a huge turning point in momentum of the game. But as my conclusion was going to be, if you're 0-4 and you know that the crowd's going to make noise, in fact, you defuse it halfway, then you hop off the bomb and you check an angle, right? Now, of course, he has 3 different places to check. He doesn't know where Ghosty's coming from. He probably reasons he's better off still sticking it. But it's something that's worth thinking about, and people have definitely done that.
Gentlemen are on a serious run, but I would have refused to carry on playing after that round 1 on Fringe. Respect the face for carrying on because this is some hot bullshit. Gassing gets so hard. Hopping on land barely ever works because of the crowd. I know because I was a criminal bomb hopper in online matches. Barely ever works because of the crowd is my point. He literally gets the defuse without the crowd screaming. That is true. If Ghosty didn't get crowd cheese, they would have won that round. They would have won that round. On God, they would have won that round. Because Ghosty had no idea what was happening. He was lost. He was so lost. What are the most strong COD teams right now? The best COD teams right now is LA Thieves, which is so funny because... So LA Thieves was an org that started by Nadeshot. But then, like, I think Nadeshot stepped down from CEO to something else. Like, the CEO was somebody else, but it was Nade. Nade was the CEO. Then he stepped down. But that's LA Thieves. OpTic's really good. FaZe is really good. Mates was shit, but now they're good-ish. G2 is decent-ish. Falcons can be good, cannot be good. They're just they're wishy-washy. Yeah, so probably, like, OpTic, FaZe, Thieves, and then probably next is Mates. Mates is probably next. It's probably next. Keep it being. But yeah, no, the definite top 3 is FaZe, OpTic, Thieves. Not in that order, but FaZe, OpTic, Thieves.
And in the past, you know the crowd's going to make some noise. You can actually play on that as the guy trying to defuse the bomb. Anyway, Bant says, impressive run by the mates. But yeah, that round 1, Bant says that, like, I would have refused to play after that. I mean, I don't know what you meant to do exactly.
Aren't they good at, yeah,
obviously frustrating for sure.
Siege too?
We also had, later on this map when it wants to load, this moment up on the chandelier, if you want to call it that, or whatever it is, up on the ceiling here. Not seen this play before, really. I mean, this is not a thing you could do.
What the fuck? Oh, got a chandelier? How do you even do that?
In Black Ops 3, 0-4 pulls it out here. It's pretty funny hearing the crowd like booing this. Like the crowds were booing this this spot when it was revealed by the third person camera, as if they hadn't just cheesed a round win 2 rounds before. I thought it was kind of funny. But in a surprising turn of events, really, FaZe's Search and Destroy just fell off. Like, their respawn looked pretty great this weekend. You'd have expected FaZe's Search to hold up, and yes, of course, that round 1 had some serious momentum in there. But Gentlemates advanced in the tournament, right? So, look, what a run from those guys.
GG won phase 3-2. Had to get it back from when they beat us earlier in the tournament. And bro is disrespecting the best fans in the world, so many even more. Was a super sloppy series from us in the hard points, so we got to be better going forward. Okay.
So losing the first round, dropping down to losers, making the run all the way back to top 3, I think is very commendable. I don't think they could have expected much more in the circuit.
Yeah, FaZe got... See, I feel like if FaZe...
Tournament, right? So, look, what a run from those guys after losing the first round, dropping down to losers, making the run all the way back to top 3 is very commendable. I don't think they...
GG Gentlemates won, lost 2-3 and placed 4th. Sick fucking tournament and crowd this event. We will be back for champs. Thanks for the support. Yeah, so champs is next. The next major is champs.
Could have expected much more
in Vegas too.
In the circumstances.
It's a Vegas champs. That's so crazy. When is it? Oh, let me see. Actually, I think it's. Hold on, let me look it up. I know it's in the summer. July 16th through the 19th. 16th to 19th. Yeah, I knew it was like in the summer.
And a great win against FaZe.
Watch party, probably, yeah.
Be a threat
We'll do a watch
towards
party
the end of the season as well. But as I say, a couple of key moments, that gridlock round 11, that fringe round 1 could have gone a very different way. OpTic then played the Thieves. This was the winners' final game, of course, the winners' final that they won every time so far this season, going into the grand final from the winners' bracket. This was a different story, but Hydra, the French phenom, the crowd behind him after Paris were, well, even at this point, they were still in.
Hydra's so good.
They're out.
Hydra
has obviously taken the gratitude of the.
He's been crazy for years, though. Hydra been crazy for years. He's insane.
Crowd, and he was on fire at the start of this game 1. Yeah, there was some talk about this game too. Was there a little red cardie going on?
Wait, is that a snake? Let me see. Wait. Let me see. Is that a snake? Wow, I look at this.
Was he taking the the gratitude of the crowd, and he was on fire at the start of this game 1. Yeah, there was some talk about this game too. Was there a little?
Oh, he double pumped. Yeah, he double pumped. Fuck. Yeah, he double pumped. That's a double pump. That's a snake. That is a snake.
Red cardie going on. Is Dashy hitting a little snake? Is it clean because he's just kind of rocking back and forth? It's a matter for debate. The reality is it did not matter in the end because OpTic bottled this map bad, despite the implementation of a remarkable spot here from Shotty that I've never seen before.
What is that
this map has been out for, 15 years pretty much since Raid was a thing. I don't imagine this was possible in Black Ops 2, but it's possible in this game. The point is it didn't matter because OpTic, they throw it away. They have a big lead. They go on to lose the lead. Thieves take it in round 11. A brutal way to lose the map, especially because after going up 5-2 and losing the map...
They were up 5-2? They choked a 5, bro. OpTic does that too much. I get so mad when they do that. They
go to an overload and they lose that one as an absolute nail biter as well. So Thieves close out the 3-0 sweep. And it looks like, oh my god, OpTic, they had their chance. Right? But I think OpTic kind of showed themselves in this series against the Thieves that they were absolutely competitive in this series. It could have gone either way. And as long as they just had to win their losers finals match to get back to the grand finals, they would have another opportunity. Pretty wild. The first best of 5 loss that OpTic have had on LAN in nearly 400 days, right? Like their best of 7s, their finals results, of course, this season not been as good. But it's been well over a year since they last lost a best of 5. Pretty outrageous stat line, but yeah, this was all about Hook from the OpTic side.
Dang, I forgot about that game. Dang, but yeah, nah, literally, Dashy played pretty bad this series. Dashy was pretty bad this series. Mercules just he needs to wake up a little bit, but I mean, like, I get it. The problem with Mercules is that Mercules has so much pressure on him because he was so good so fast. And they expect him to be that good, like, forever. Like, people have off games, off stints, off series, off, what's it called? Can't think of the word. Stretches. So, like, and he's only, his second year? This is second year in the game. You know? So it's like, it's crazy because, like, when Merc was playing, he was the best player in the game as a rookie. And we haven't seen that since Simp and BO4. So it's like, but yeah. Which that's arguably the 2 debated best leagues, best rookie years in COD. Is Sim's BO4 year and Merc's BO6 year. Up for debate, though. Up for debate.
Series, but everyone on these played pretty well. Such a tight
Audience,
series.
though, didn't
It was
expect
all
that
to
big.
play for. And OpTic decided, you know what, we're not going to go down easy. We're going to fight our way back to the grand final. And this map 1 was absolutely mega against the Gentlemates. We had so many just sensational Scar points today. And I think it's great to see, after lots of the online matches the last few weeks weren't really
they come back and win this?
in terms of
No way.
entertainment value. Wow, we had some great maps at this LAN, especially because
247,
well, the home crowd was very much in favour
No
of Paris
way.
taking the win. Hex, we know, very much wanted OpTic to be the ones to eliminate these guys in the tournament. But it's Mercury standing up and silencing the crowd.
Wait, that's a Merc shush? No way. That's a Merc shush? No way. No way that's a Merc shush. No way that's a Merc shush. Oh no, that's crazy. Oh no, that's crazy. Oh no, that's crazy. Oh no, that's crazy. Okay. Sorry, I gotta give some context. Basically, if y'all didn't know, Merc is quite literally the definition of a nonchalant player. Like, he is the most nonchalant player. Even when you see him in like org content, he's like fried, just chilling. So the fact that Merc gets on his feet and shushes the crowd, nuts. Nuts. I would expect like Shotzi to maybe do this. Dashy to do this. I think the only player that would surprise me more on the squad to do this is Hook. Because Hook's even more nonchalant than Merc. But the fact that Merc did it is crazy.
The format of Mercury's this weekend seems like he finally figured out what to do with this NPC. They close out the game 1. The game 2 OpTic take it. You know, their Hassie under Search and Destroy always been very good. Last year in this, that hasn't changed. And Mates did give themselves an opportunity in the map 3. But in the end, just not quite good enough. I think Estriel, it's an interesting series actually, this one, because Joe Deceives did not have a great finale. And this is the thing with Joe.
Shit way to go out. GG's OpTic lost 3-0. Time to polish it all up for champs. Said not to win that in front of y'all. You were amazing fans. Most heartbreaking part of it. All you guys deserve it. Hopefully see you guys all back in France at EWC.
This guy's unbelievably talented.
The all-time peak viewership record for Call of Duty Esports Forum is 378,285 concurrent viewers. This record was set during the Call of Duty Major League 20. Yeah, that was I know OpTic won that major. I forgot where it was at, but OpTic won that major.
You see that every time you watch him play, but it's got to be said. On big Sundays of tournaments, we've not seen Joe deliver at that level maybe consistently enough. And when Joe
that's this major. I'm slow. I was thinking of last year's major. It's crazy how OpTic won back-to-back major 4s. I just forgot. I thought I said 2025. Yeah, that's this one. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I don't know why I read it as 2025 but yeah, crazy one back-to-back major 4s. Nuts.
And dropping insane numbers, they did look pretty vulnerable. I think Estriel very much impressed me. I was kind of concerned about him this weekend just because, you know, I wondered all this pressure with the huge crowd. He's not really played in front of an audience. He's not been on a big team really before. But I think Estriel, I know his slaying at times isn't the best, but I think he's a smart player. I think he executed well this weekend. I was impressed with him. Sib had a great series, but it wasn't quite enough. As I say, that game 1, the game 3, both could have gone either way.
There's Merc.
But OpTic had too much, and Paris made a great run out of the tournament. And to their credit, a lot of the fans did stay for the final. I mean, there were thousands of fans that left before the final, and I don't blame any fans doing that because the final's on late. It's like 7 p.m.
Hey, never caught a stream before. Probably watched over 50 hours of your content, and it generally helps distract me from stuff. I appreciate you, Dayon. Thank you, gang. Appreciate day 1. I can't read. Day 1. Thank you, gang. Appreciate you.
And by the time the penultimate matches happen, people, you know, they want to go in and get food. And the quirk of this venue was that once you were out, you couldn't get back in again. So that was a problem. And it meant that fans kind of had to choose, like, do I want to just watch the final and have the venue food, or do I want to actually go? And because Paris had made such a great run, I understand why a lot of fans decided to call it a day at that point. But when you've got 18,000 fans in the venue, it doesn't matter if you lose a couple of thousand, because it's still going to be one of the biggest crowds of all time. So we get into the grand finals, and OpTic this time are coming out of the losers bracket. And again, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of discussion on this over the next few days, because the losers bracket does it again. OpTic come out absolutely swinging in the game 1, and this was all about Mercury.
I'm telling y'all, when you come out of a losers series, especially when a winner series team can't scrim anybody, and the team in losers just played a game with the 3rd or 4th best team in the league or in the tournament, fresh, hot, just played, ready to go, and then they play another series right after, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. You're basically sitting on your ass, waiting for a game to start, playing someone that just beat another good team. That's why the losers team has always won. They've always won.
In the NPC, it was a key conversation. We had it over these last 2 weeks going into the event.
What it should be, if you want to do a best of 7, you can do best 7, but do 2 best of 7 or do 2 best of 5s. If like winner's team loses, I would have even said it for this major, even though OpTic won. Still do the same concept, same concept. That's way more fair.
Merc doesn't seem as comfortable in this new meta. He's not really found the groove yet with the NPC, and he needs to against the likes of Scrap on the other side in a finals like this. Merc showed us all exactly what he was up to game 1, slaying absolutely everything as OpTic take a dominant game 1 win on the Den.
They put him in the 100-point club? They put the best team in the game right now in the 100-point club. Insane.
Set the tone they hoped would set for the series.
Nuts.
But we go to a search and destroy. This has been the downfall of OpTic in these finals so far this season, right? They were just getting Neslo'd in all the finals. Their hardpoint was fine. It was the search and the overload that were causing problems. And when it mattered, they found a solution to get over the line today in the grand finals. But Thieves, they won the game too. They tied up the series. OpTic went up 3-1 on this Scar overload, a map that has just not treated them well against Thieves at all as of late. And Thieves, they rally back with 6 straight captures to win a 7-3 game, and it looks like this is business as usual. Thieves are still the best team in the game. They're still winning the searches and the overloads in finals against OpTic. Surely there is no way back. Well, this is the way back that OpTic found. This was an insane map actually, because just a few moments before this, Scrap got what looked like an impossible 2-piece to get them back into this P2, but OpTic actually, they do well to even fight back themselves, and they won an absolute barnstorming Scar hardpoint here. This was a defining map of OpTic's season. The Scar hardpoint has been so strong for them all year, but as I say, the Scar against Thieves in recent tournaments has not delivered for them. Today, when it mattered, they iced up an insane hardpoint here, and if not for that, this would have been a very different series, because Thieves went on to win the following map. They take a 3-2 lead in the series, and we go to an overload where I know lots of OpTic fans were expecting this to be the map where they lost the tournament. But it was a gridlock overload, something that OpTic have really not...
Usually, I've been trying to start stream more at like 9:30. 10-ish. So yeah, that's usually when it starts, 9:30 to 10, somewhere in that range.
Done much of. In fact, the last 2 maps of this series both ended on gridlock, and this might be, who knows, the solution here to some of OpTic's woes against Thieves so far this season, because this was honestly a masterclass of a map. OpTic found the space to go up 2-1. They had a 4-1 lead. Thieves then rallied back with 2 of their own, but Mercules made a huge play in the end to close things out, stop the goal line capture effectively, and win a 4-3 game. And the gridlock search and destroy decider.
Damn, this went to a game 7? Holy fuck. Okay. That's what game 7 in search.
It all came down to this. As I say, in the winners finals, it was clear that OpTic were going to be a threat today. But to win the tournament in this fashion was unbelievable, and I was stunned by how impressive OpTic were in this game 7, right? We know that they've struggled in their searches, especially against Thieves. We're kind of used to seeing Shotzi maybe throw his life here or there, but actually Shotzi was a mega star in this final map of the series. He was winning every gunfight. They were making every perfect play. The reads, the execution for OpTic was absolutely dialed. And it's OpTic Texas who closed out the weekend lifting the championship trophy. I just don't think we could have asked for much more this weekend as a tournament. It had basically everything. The fans, the crowd, the energy, the venue, and also the matches and the storylines. I mean, you couldn't script it any better. It is almost too good to be true. We had 4 majors this year, and each of the top 4 teams, Paris, then FaZe, then Thieves, then OpTic, have won each of the 4. And we go into the World Championship and Esports World Cup. Who knows what is to come? But OpTic, they finally got theirs. I mean, they had 4 attempts. They get the job done in the grand
Fucking
finals this time
finally,
around.
I was sick of supporting the Silver Surfers, bruh. Shit was pissing me off. All my homeboys would make fun of me, bruh. It's like, oh, they lost again. They lost again. They lost. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. They won. Yeah. Yeah, they got EWC too.
Pyro was out of control.
Cause all the what's it called? Now all the teams have like organizations and shit, so they go to EWC too. Feel me?
The trophy was very heavy. Dashi
But EWC is different. What happens is how EWC works is they also bring in, I think, 4 challengers teams out of so I think the 4 best challengers teams also go into, which if I don't know if you have that in other game modes, it's like tier 2 teams. So you know, like Fortnite has like tier 2 pros, so it's like tier 2 teams. That's challengers.
Absolutely delivered in another grand finals performance, a 1.2 for him to get them over the line. But this was a real team
Big
effort.
Brucey.
Shotzi had his moments. Mercules absolutely had his moments when it mattered down the stretch. And we talked about it before the tournament. If Merc could deliver, that was going to be the key for OpTic to get back on top. And that's what we've seen this weekend. You couldn't write it any better. Love to know your thoughts on the comments.
OpTic, man.
Hit the like button.
OpTic, WRAB, gang. I'm happy. I'm happy about that.